And we know that this is more than just change. This is a transformation. This is a metamorphosis to the next level at what it means to be human. So most everybody believes that the body has an aura. Well, I saw it differently. I saw the aura is and has a body. So I think people start with the body because the brain starts with matter to energy, but the mind starts from energy to body. Energy is always first, right? You can't have a body without energy. You can't have anything without energy, because energy is the ground in which we manifest from and create from.
SomaEnergetics.com presents etheric repatterning. The human aura is made up of 7 layers. From the physical, etheric, emotional, mental, astral, etheric template, celestial, and catheric. The outermost layer is the catheric, which holds our divine blueprint of the perfect body. As those perfect set of instructions work their way toward the physical body, they are distorted by unresolved issues in our life stream that have not been properly cleared. Those energetic distortions cause less than perfect instructions to reach the etheric body, just inches from the physical, where the physical body gets its blueprint. In Soma Energetics, we work in the etheric field with ancient frequencies to discern these energetic disturbances and assist the client in clearing and repatterning those issues that they are ready to release. This completely flips the idea of the body has an aura. Matter before energy to the aura has a body. Energy before matter. Studies have shown that issues in the physical body appear 6 to 9 months earlier in the aura. This makes the energy work of Soma Energetics preventative. For more information about these amazing concepts, visit SomaEnergetics.com.
So I hope being able to see that mentally helps people understand that everything is also coming in. Of course, it goes out too, but it has to come in, and it has to find a way of going through these different layers of bodies that we call all these different mental, emotional, whatever, and not lose the interpretation of itself. And unfortunately, because of blockages, it could be from past lives, it could be from present life, it could be from your Akashic records, it could be emotional blocks, it could be suppressed things that you've not balanced in a lifetime that's showing up right now. Everything is showing up because the toxicity of the collective soul is so toxic that it has nowhere to go but to emerge at the top. So you see it in the body politic. You know, I know recently I had a terrible breakout right here, and I thought, why do I have that? But I realized the toxicity in my body couldn't handle it any longer, so it showed up. And so that's what I see with all this craziness that's going on in the world today, is our own past toxicities that have built and built until it's emerging on the body politic. Now, that's a spiritual thing, not a good thing, but it's a spiritual thing. Now we need the call of facilitators. Now I'm going to call them facilitators because I'm very careful about calling people healers. I think healers is a little egoic term that says, I have a gift better than yours. No, maybe you're trained, maybe you have a passion for something that somebody else didn't. But I think all we can do is help people, because I think the body knows how to heal itself. You don't need me to heal you. I can be a facilitator to create a right atmosphere for the intelligence of the body to get all the way out here from the etheric, get into the astral, mental, emotional, and finally make itself known in the blueprint of the etheric that drives cellular development. Now, we know that cells right now, while we're talking, is dying by the tens of thousands and replacing themselves all the time. Where are those new cells coming from? The etheric blueprint. And that's why you work with these tuning forks in the etheric blueprint to change cause. If you change this, you'll change that. You don't have to heal this. This will all take care of itself when cause has repatterned itself and manifests itself according to the divine blueprint rather than the ancestral genetic. So you got two stories going on here. You got the story of your creation, which is very successful. You're very whole. You are what your creator is. You are too. It is an equal thing, spirit to spirit, right? Divine to divine. But we've lost it for the human story of all of the story that has gone on in our ancestry and all of that part. And we bought into that story.
Yeah.
So it's time to bring and
Yeah,
restore
totally
the new story back, people.
Yeah, you sort of mentioned before that this can help people that are stuck in their lives, right? We're not just talking physical health here, we're talking sort of mental blockages. If people find themselves going around in circles back to the same point all the time, this is a healing method for that as well, right? Which a lot of people are kind of finding themselves in right at the moment, right? They want all this change, they're trying to do things, but there's something blocking them.
Exactly. And that's what we call them discrepancies. And it's like putting a dam up in a flowing river and it's not flowing anymore and it catches all the debris. You'll see that in a stagnant body of water. All the debris shows up because there's no flow to move it out. So a lot of people need that creation of that blockage being undone, and then the flow will take care of itself. I'd like to share something out of my book real quickly that I think is so important. I don't know how many of your listeners are familiar with some of the very early pioneers of more metaphysical thinking, such as Alice Bailey is one that I really enjoy. That is from England, I believe, and was around 100 years ago or so, whatever. But she had a tremendous effect on the direction for metaphysics. But before she left with a dissertation that I put in my book because I think it's the prophecy of her time that is the fulfillment in our time. So if you'll bear with me, I just feel to share this. The response of the human mechanism to the world of sound will cause development that will usher in a new age. It will be an age in which the work of the world will be carried forward through the medium of sound. And eventually using words of power and the efforts, I get this, of trained sound workers.
Wow.
Now, this really gets exciting. These workers, understanding the nature of matter, which I think would be the quantum level, and comprehending the purpose of sound, will bring about those structural changes and those material transformations. And here's the important part, which will establish a civilization of a new race. A new race. Yes. I love the metaphor I wear it out all the time, the metaphor of metamorphosis, of that little caterpillar. That little caterpillar has spent its life on that leaf, just nibbling and eating up its environment, just like we're doing. You know, all this stuff that's going on, that is the catastrophes of the world, we've done to ourselves.
Yes.
You know, we want to blame each other, but actually we've done it to ourselves as a whole of a race, and therefore we got to be responsible for that. But at some point, that little caterpillar says, I don't have much more of a leaf to eat. Where do I go from here? And that's kind of where I think we are. Where do we go from here? If everything's changing so much, I don't know where to center myself. You know, I can't really do it in religion. I can't do it in science. Is proving all the time to not be what they told me it was. Everything is totally being disproved that we thought it was in the old paradigm. So what does that caterpillar do? It just stops. And I suggest that's what everybody needs to do. Take a breath and stop all this fighting and fussing and arguing and blaming each other, and just everybody stop and find a still point in themselves, right? In themselves, and just be still and wait and for what can come in the form of a message. So when that little caterpillar stopped, it felt something different. What's going on? I feel differently. I don't feel like I have felt all my life, because something inside was changing and awakening. And that was the begin of its transformation to the next stage. Now, I want to make this because I think this is a good point. The caterpillar did not go through that to become an enlightened caterpillar. It went through all of that to become the next level of a better species of itself.
Yeah.
And so it wraps itself in the cocoon, you know, and then everything breaks down. The caterpillar breaks down. And I think what I call the third dimensional human, I'm very big into 3D, 5D, by the way, because I think that's where these are going to take us, help us to get in more 5D. Yeah. But as 3D is breaking down and all the models are breaking down, people need to get still and allow that new vision, that new seed in them begin to awaken. And that caterpillar didn't know what the future was. It had never seen itself as a butterfly, had no idea. but he knew something was changing. And we know that this is more than just change. This is a transformation. This is a metamorphosis to the next level at what it means to be human rather than a 3D Homo sapien, survivalist type person, but to become the divine beings that we truly are.